All right, this video is going to take you through the entire process of making a room in Roomly. The first thing I want to do before I begin is make sure that I show you my plan. This is the plan I'm going to be working from while I make this room. This plan is my guide, and this is a required part for your assessment process if you are an eighth grader or a high school student. So I've got a paper copy of this I'm going to refer back to as I make my room. So the first thing you're going to do is click the plus sign. And I'm going to do a rectangular shape. And I'm going to call this a lounge. I'm going to make a lounge for myself that I think would be really cool. So I'm going to open it up, and the first thing I need to do is change these dimensions. Right now, the interior dimensions are 22 feet 6 inches by 12 feet 8 inches. My perfect lounge, I want to be bigger. So there's a couple ways I can do this. I can touch a wall and I can just drag it up until this gets to be 20 feet, so I can do that. Or I can simply touch this right here. And then I can enter my dimension, my interior dimension manually. I would like this to be 20 feet, space, 0 inches. You have to enter it exactly like this or it will not work. Now, as you can see, my interior dimension is 20 feet, 0 inches. I can do that for the other wall. Again, I can drag it until it's 27 feet, which is what I'd like. Or I can touch this and say 27 feet, space, 0 inches. Now I have the room dimensions I want. The exterior dimensions, outside dimensions, are different. Of course, that's the ones that are outside. What we're concerned about is the interior right here. And right now, I've got a room that's 27 feet long and 20 feet wide. So this is what I'm going to start with. Now I need to begin adding things to my room. We do that by starting to hit the plus sign here. The first thing I need is actually a set of stairs. This is a basement, and I need to account for the fact that I need stairs to get down into it. So I hit the plus sign, and I don't know where stairs are, so I'm just going to hit search at the bottom of the screen and enter the word stairs. And a bunch of stairs come up. I'm just going to grab the straight standard stairs up here, and I touch insert an item. Okay, now I've got the stairs here. Now my plan has the stairs up in this corner, and they come down this way, horizontally. They've given me the stairs here, and they're vertical, so I need to get them over there, and I need to change the angle. So first I'm going to try to just kind of drag them into my room here. And then I'm going to use 2 fingers and twist it until I get it exactly at the angle I want, and then I put them in the corner. Okay, great. Now I have stairs coming down into my room, and I was able to change the angle of the object. All right, so now I want to look at my walls. I'm going to go into 3D mode, and for some reason, 2 of my walls are pink. Not sure how that is, but we want to change the wall color, and I'm going to show you how to do that. We go back to 2D mode, and you touch the wall you want to change, and then you're going to hit the eye there for information. And this gives you some information on the wall. What we are interested in is the wall color, specifically the interior wall color. We don't care much about the exterior, that's this one, because we're designing the interior. So we want the interior wall to change. I'm going to touch this circle here, and this gives me color choices. I really like green. I think it's a nice calming color. I'm going to select a light green color for the wall. And now, when I go to 3D mode, there it is. My interior wall color has been changed to green. I'm going to change the wall color of my other walls now. When you are changing wall color here, that you look at these things. Where is the red line here? This one is the exterior. That's the outside, and then this is the interior. The red line that's pointing toward the direction of the room is the one you want. So if I change this, it will change my color to the one I want. Now I'd like to add a table and chairs right here, as was part of my plan. So I'm going to hit the plus sign, and I'm going to go to dining room. So that's probably where the tables are. And I'm going to select one of these tables, whatever kind of works. I kind of like this one. This one looks really long. That'll work. Okay. And I'm going to drag it into the room, and I'd like to put it up here. But if you notice, when I get it too close to the wall, it snaps onto the wall there. I can't really put it where I want. That's really annoying. So in order to do that, in order to get it exactly where I want, I'm going to put my finger down on it and hold it there. Now I can put it exactly where I want. It won't snap to any grid. And we'll try that. Let's see if that'll work. Okay, great. Now I need to add a few chairs. All right, I'm adding some chairs to this. I'm selecting one I want and placing it. Then I'm adding the duplicate button. The duplicate button is one of those 4 black buttons there. It's next to the trash button. It has a little plus sign in a couple of squares. And then I'm just changing the angles and placements of these chairs as I put them into the room. Okay, now I've got my rug to the size that I want it. But I'm not totally happy with the color. I think I'd like the color to be a little bit darker gray. So I can change the color of the rug. I select the rug and click I, and here I can change my color. So I would like it a little bit darker gray. I'm going to select that and see what that does to it. Okay, there it is, a little bit darker. And when I go to 3D, I like the look of that a little bit better. Now, some objects do not let you change the color. This chair, for example, there's no option to change the color. Table won't let you change it either. So some objects you are able to change and some you are not. I'd like to add a rug under this table and chairs here. So I'm going to hit the plus sign, and I don't know where rug is, so I'm going to hit search and just search for rug. There's only 2 that come up. The reason for that is that this is just a basic rug that you are supposed to change when you bring it in. I'll show you how. So I'm going to select it and insert it. So here is the rug. I'm going to bring it into my room. And as you can see, it's obviously way too small to go under all these tables and chairs. I'm going to turn this here so at least it's at the right angle. And we need to change the size of this rug. Here's how I'm going to do that. I'm going to push, so I have it selected, and then I'm going to push this I button here. This now allows me to change the width, height, and length of the rug. Right now the width is 2 feet 7 inches. The height is 0.4 inches, less than half an inch. And the length is 6 feet 7 inches. We need to change that. And I don't know exactly how long it needs to be, so it will be just trial and error. Let's try changing the length to, let's say, 12 feet, space 0 inches. Done, and let's see what that looks like. Okay, so it made it a little longer. Oops, so it keeps snapping into the corner. So the way I do that is I hold it down. I think it needs to be just a little bit bigger. So again, we do trial and error until we get it to be the size we want. Okay, I now need to add some pictures to the wall right here. I could do this by adding a bunch of little frames or a couple of big frames. Just to show you how this is done, I'm going to add one frame and make it very large. So I'm going to do a search for picture. And this is easy. This is just a basic picture frame. Give us an idea of what's on the wall. It's very small right now, obviously, but we can change the size. So I'm going to make it. Let's make it 6 feet wide. Big picture. And let's make it 4 feet high. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, and put it right in the middle and go to 3D view. Okay, that frame is about the right size, but look, it's sitting on the ground. So how do we get it up on the wall? Well, we need to change its vertical position. So I'm going to say 5 feet 0 inches. And let's see how that did. So what that did is it put the bottom of the thing at 5 feet 0 inches. Right now it's too high. We want the bottom of it to be maybe let's say 3 feet off the ground and see if that works. Let's check here. Okay, that looks about right. So this is another thing you're gonna need to just sort of play around with until we get it. I think I would like the color of it to be just a little bit different right now. It can just be gray, so it just looks a little bit nicer in our design. One thing you should notice as I make the rest of this room is that after I add any piece to the room, any piece of furniture, anything, I go into 3D mode or possibly first person mode and I look around. I look and see what I did. I'm testing everything I do. That's quite important. You don't want to add 20 things to the room and then look at it for the first time and find that the stuff you added looks terrible. So test everything you do. Now, after I've done this, I think I would like to move all of these tables and chairs a little bit more into the corner. But I don't want to do it one piece at a time. It's a royal pain. So how do we group things together to move them all at once? And the way you do that is by holding. I'm going to select this chair and then I'm going to hold my finger down on it until I get that. And then I can add other things to it. I'm selecting the other chairs, the table, and I'm going to select the rug. And now that they're all grouped together, I can move them as a unit. And I'd like to move it a little bit further back to give the rest of the space a little bit more room. Okay, there we go. That is how you group things together to move them.